Welcome to the M20 Fitness Intro Class number 2. It's a great way to get familiar with the M20 Fitness process, how our movement plans work, and a great way to get into your exercise relationship slowly to make sure you're taking it slow and easy, okay? So our movement plan for today is, as always, starting with the warm-up, and then we're going to score 3 movements. Number 5, the walk run, number 6, the pull-up, and number 7, the hamstring stretch. So we'll score all 3 of those, and then we've got a challenge, and I'll get to the challenge in a second and walk you through that, but it's a fun one, and then we're going to cool down. So I'll take you through all 4 phases of the movement plan. At level 1, there are more advanced levels for each of these movements, but we're going to start at level 1 and make sure we're doing them properly and we're very comfortable with it, and then we'll make progress from there. So what you will need at home for this is a way to measure distance. If you live near a high school track, it's a great place to go. I actually just have a distance 100 meters out and 200 meters out from my garage door right behind you. So I start there and run out and back, out and back. Gets a little bit boring, but you know what? It's an easy way for me to measure the distance, and I'm outside, and it's a lot better than a treadmill for me. But a treadmill is also a great option. And then we're going to do the hamstring stretch. You just need to be able to sit on the ground. And then we're going to do the pull-up. Ideally, you have a pull-up bar. I have one right above me, which I think is just out of the frame for you, but we'll make sure we can see that. And I'll show you a substitute if you don't have a pull-up bar, something you can do even if you don't have a pull-up bar yet. Okay, so we'll score those 3 movements. Let me start with the warm-up first. There's a warm-up video that's dedicated to getting your mind and body ready, and you're always welcome to watch that. Normally, I don't walk the class through the warm-up. I assume that you're doing it on your own, either with my video or your own solution to that, because as long as you're getting your mind and body ready, if you've got a routine, stick with that. But we'll do mine for now. So arms out to the side, your thumbs pointed forward, and we're going to do small circles to the front. So for those of you who are new to M20, it's really based on these 20 foundational movements. We're going to put our thumbs back now and make small circles to the back. And our promise to you is if you do these 20 movements properly and regularly, you'll have confidence in your body for the journey ahead. Open up your palms, we're going to go side to side. And so what M20 does to help you do these movements properly and regularly is we have a movement plan that comes out 3 times a week, and it tells you exactly what to do. We have a FitDex, which is a way to score each of those movements and give you an overall assessment, and then that helps you track your progress. And we're going to do big twists now. And then finally, there's a big community play where you're able to invite friends and they can see how you're doing and give you support and encouragement, and vice versa. You can support and encourage them, and you know, sometimes even a little bit of competition breaks out among friends, and that's a good thing. If it helps you, now just the arms, if it helps you exercise when normally you wouldn't make it a priority on that day, I love the competition. You don't want to let your friends down. You want to set a good example. Whatever the case may be, a little bit of peer pressure is a great thing when it comes to fitness. All right, hands at your side, one's going forward and one's going back. They're going to meet up top. I'm going to spin these. So I'm just doing giant circles in opposite directions with my hands, my arms rather. And I'm getting a little hip dip as my arms come down. And you can exaggerate that a little bit, make it kind of a full body stretch and warm up. Normally the warm-ups are a bit more about dynamic movement, whereas the cool down is a bit more about stretching. So we won't do a ton of stretching here. It's more about getting the muscles warmed up and ready to go. So neck rolls one way and the other. Now we're going to keep our hips stationary over our feet, but rotate our upper body, our torsos one way. So if you're watching this intro class, you're doing it via our YouTube channel, which is a great way to be part of the M20 fitness community. We have a Facebook page. We're going the other way now on the twist. We have a Facebook page as well, M20 Fitness. So you can be part of a broad community where discussion follows a lot. A great chance to ask questions of anybody. And the other way, now just the hips are moving, trying to keep our shoulders still. We're going to take it down to our knees now, so just rotate those knees in one direction. But the best way to experience M20 really, I think, is with the iPhone app. And we'll have an application for the Android phone, the iPad, and other way with the knees soon. Right now it's only at the iPhone, but that gives you all those things. It tells you what to do with the movement plan. It lets you track the scores very easily, and you can see your progress over time. And the friend element there is only the friends you invite in can see your scores, and it's a great way to have a small community for support and encouragement. Okay, we're gonna pick one foot up. If you need to balance on the wall, feel free. We're gonna rotate the ankle one way and the other. And we're gonna point and flex that toe. And then we're gonna swing that leg. Just a little bit at first, and maybe you can go a little bit further each time. Using the wall here for additional balance. If you don't need it, don't use the wall. Feel free to just balance on that other leg. Now we're gonna do the same thing, but switch legs. So rotate the toe and ankle one way and then the other. Then we're gonna point and flex that toe up and down. And then we're gonna swing that leg. Now I've deliberately set up M20 Fitness to be something you can do with minimal equipment and in your basement at home. It's a fun thing to do at a gym. If you've got a gym membership somewhere, obviously the equipment will be more plentiful, a lot more choices. Okay, with your toes pointed forward, we're gonna take it out to the side. But the best way to do M20, I believe, whether you're doing it on YouTube or with the iPhone app, now spin your toes in the direction you're lunging. The best way to do it is with a friend. They can watch your form and you can watch theirs. And now we're gonna keep our toes forward again and go out to the other side. You can help each other with form, you can help each other with scoring the movements. You can keep each other honest, keep each other motivated. Rotate those toes in the direction you're lunging. So if you can find a workout buddy, it's a great way to do it. You know what? And sometimes the workout buddy can't be there. That's all right. That's what's great about the app. You can still support and encourage each other. Make sure you're getting your movement plan in for that day. All right, so I'm feeling pretty warmed up and ready. I may just kind of shake it a little bit. If you need anything else, feel free to grab a minute and stretch and warm up, whatever you want. Our first movement we're going to score today is the walk run. So this particular movement is about doing as many meters as you can in 10 minutes. And there's no particular level. It's just how many meters you cover. You can walk, you can run, you can stop. The goal is obviously to try and use the 10 minutes to get as many meters as you can. So stopping isn't necessarily encouraged. But if you need to rest. If you need to drink water, please do. But the goal is to spend the whole 10 minutes trying to travel as many meters as you can. You can sprint it. You can get into a nice steady jog. You'll find what works best for you, and then you'll build from there. So this first time I'm going to do kind of a swift walk. As I mentioned, I've got my distance right out behind you. You can do this on a treadmill, you can do this at an indoor track, you can do this in an outdoor track, you can do this use Map My Run or Google Maps to find the distances in your neighborhood. A lot of different ways to guesstimate the number of meters you're covering. And it doesn't have to be exact, approximate is fine. This is our baseline and we'll build from there. So I'm going to pause the camera for a moment because you don't want to watch me run back and forth for 10 minutes, but you're going to do your walk run now. 10 minutes on your timer and try and get as many meters in as you can. I recommend starting with a walk or maybe a light jog and then accelerating or decelerating from there based on how you feel. And try and use the whole 10 minutes to move and get as many meters as you can. All right? So let's score movement number 5, the walk run. I'll see you in 10 minutes and you can tell me how many meters you did. All right, welcome back. Great job with the walk run. I'm sure you put a lot of meters on. We're going to jump to movement number 7, the hamstring stretch, instead of movement number 6, which we'll come to, the pull-up. But number 7 is in 2 minutes, you're going to stretch 3 times for 20 seconds each. And the levels are, level 1 is stretching to your knees, level 2 is stretching to your shins, and level 3 is your toes are further. We're gonna hold it for 20 seconds and then rest for a few seconds and continue. So I'm gonna run the 2-minute clock, but it's not super relevant to this particular movement. It's just a good way for me to know when about 20 seconds has passed. So here comes my first stretch of 3. I'm going to get a good solid level 2 on my shins, almost at my ankles. And I'm just holding that. I'm trying to keep my back straight. I feel this in my hamstrings and my lower back, and even my calves a little bit as my toes point up towards the sky. I'm holding that for 20 seconds, and there's 20. So I'm going to take a quick pause. I'm actually going to flip over and do a counter stretch for a few seconds. I like to do that. And then we're going to go for a second 20-second hold. So I just happen to notice the clock. All right. And I can get a little bit further. I'm still on level 2, but usually I can get a little bit further. And I'm holding that, feeling the stretch, breathing deep, holding this for a solid 20 seconds. Excellent. And there's 20 seconds by my estimate. I'm going to flip it over again and just do this counter stretch I like to do. Good for the abs. Maybe a little cat-cow action just to kind of loosen that back up some more. And then I'm going to get ready for my third attempt now. So I just noticed the clock. We're at 47 seconds. So I can almost make level 3. In fact, I can. I've got it. So my third attempt now is at level 3, which is great. I'm holding this for a solid 20 seconds. Breathing deep, trying to relax those muscles. Feel the stretch. And that should do it for my third attempt. So I don't need to go for the full 2 minutes because I got my 3 20-second stretches in. So how I'll score this one is 2 reps or 2 iterations, 2 stretches at level 2. So I'll slide the bar out on level 2 to 2, and then 1 on level 3. I'll slide it out to 1. And that's usually how it works for me as I get more flexible as I do the stretch, and that's one of the reasons it's one of the movements in M20. So that was the hamstring stretch. Now we're going to get ready for so we're going to show you the pull-up and score that next. Here I have a box that can support my weight, and with that, underneath the pull-up bar, I'll be able to use my legs to assist me going up and down. But before I show you that, I want to show you the substitute if you don't have a bar. So here I have a load. This could be a milk carton, this could be a softball. It doesn't have to be super heavy. In fact, I would recommend not going greater than 20 pounds at the most. But you're going to start with the load right here in your chest, and you're going to extend your arms up over your head and lower that load until it touches the ground, and then pull it up over your head and back to the chest or the starting position to complete a rep. So again, that's up overhead and pulling down. And you'll see when you start the load coming back down, that pull-up motion is replicated. It's not perfect, but it's something if you don't have a pull-up bar. So I want you to be doing those if you don't have the pull-up bar. Otherwise, let me show you the pull-up bar. Okay, so my palms are facing away from me. My arms are straight to begin with, and my body weight is supported somewhat on my legs. I pull myself up with my arms, assisting with my legs, until my chin's over the bar, and all the way back down until my arms are straight again for a rep. My palms are facing away. So it's as many reps as you can do in 2 minutes. If you're doing the substitute, lie on the floor with the load. If you're lucky enough to have a pull-up bar, make sure that your legs are able to support you throughout the movement. And let's do as many reps as we can in 2 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go. So up and down. Now I'm trying to use my arms as much as I can, not relying entirely on my legs, but it's okay if my legs are helping a little or even a lot. What's more important is the full range of motion. So I'm making sure my arms are straight at the bottom, and I pull until my chin is over that bar and all the way back down for a rep. It's more important to be doing less weight, but a full range of motion than it is to do one of those kinds of pull-ups with a lot of weight. So make sure you're getting full range of motion. You can feel that all the way through the tricep and the lats. We're 45 seconds in. You can get a little leg exercise out of this too. I'll find myself needing to do a quick stretch, shake it out a touch. 2 minutes is a long time when you're doing pull-ups. And this first time we're just getting the baseline, you know what? And next time you try and beat that. So we got 53 seconds left. I'll get a few more reps here. So starting position, arms are straight, pull up till the chin's over and back down. Great job at home. And we have 30 seconds left. Whew. Great job. I can feel that even at level 1. And it's a great workout because of it. 20 seconds left. Let's get a few more reps. Trying to set a good score my first time on pull-ups here. I may be using my legs more now than I did when I started. That's okay, as long as I get that full range of motion. I'm training my muscles. We have to pull all the way through the whole range of motion. And time. Excellent job. So we're going to go ahead and score that now. However many reps you did in the 2 minutes, that becomes your score. If you have the iPhone app, you can score how many meters on the run. You can score your 3 stretches on the hamstring stretch. And you can score the number of reps you did in the pull-up. So we scored those 3 movements. Fantastic job there. Now we're going to set up for the challenge. So the challenge is a 10-minute max cycles. And what we do, a cycle is 5 squats, 5 sit-ups, 5 push-ups. That's one cycle. 5, 5, 5 for 2 cycles. And you're trying to score as many cycles as you can in the 10 minutes. So I'm going to set up the gym here and get ready where I can do 5 squats at level 1, 5 sit-ups at level 1, and 5 push-ups, all at level 1. Run the clock for 10 minutes and do as many cycles as I can. I want you to get ready to join me, do the same. I'll set up the gym and see you in a sec. Okay, we're ready to tackle this challenge. 10 minutes, we're gonna do max cycles. Every cycle is 5 squats, 5 sit-ups, 5 push-ups. So you may remember from the first intro class, arm assist squats. Here I've got a band hanging from my pull-up bar, and I'll be using this to assist myself down and up from the squat position. But it's proper form. My body weight's on my heels, my chest is up, my butt is back, and I make sure I can wiggle my toes the whole time. So 5 squats, and then 5 sit-ups. Here I'll be doing crunches, so I get down to the ground and do crunches with my feet anchored, and then 5 push-ups, and I'll be doing 5 push-ups against the wall. And I also have a little cheat sheet here. Every time I tap the screen, it scores how many cycles I do. You may need a piece of chalk to make a tick mark or whatever, some way to keep track of the number of cycles you're on. Sound good? All right, I'm gonna run the clock for 10 minutes here, and we're gonna do max cycles. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so I'm using arm assist squats. I'm down, my body weight's on my heels, my butt is back, my chest is up. Using my arms to bring myself back up, but relying mostly on my legs. So that's 5 squats for me. If you're getting ahead of me, keep going. If you're behind me, keep going. It doesn't matter. The whole goal is to get as many cycles as you can, rotating through these 3 movements. So that was 5 sit-ups, and now 5 push-ups. Nice full range of motion. My arms are straight at the top, all the way down, and that's 1 cycle. Now I repeat, 5 more squats. You go at whatever speed is right for you. If you're just sticking right with me, that's a perfectly good pace too. Form is more important than speed. You want to make sure you're doing all 3 of these movements correctly. So that was 5 squats, now 5 sit-ups. In these intro classes, I do everything at level 1. If you have someone who's a fitness expert and they want to do the challenge with you, that's wonderful. They can do them at level 2 or at level 3. The different levels help you handicap the challenge so everyone can do them together. Nice full range of motion push-ups. All right, that's 2. We're 8 minutes and change to go. So 5 more squats. Body weight's on my heels. My toes are pointed slightly outward. making sure I can wiggle my toes throughout this whole movement. Keeping my back straight and my chest up. Nice full depth. My thighs parallel with the ground. And driving back up. Excellent. Now there's a lot of transition between those. That's a wonderful place to either catch your breath for a second, or if you're trying to get as many cycles as you can, really pushing it, be efficient about the transitions, because you can end up wasting a lot of time in the transition as well. There's my sit-ups, and back into push-ups. So I'm going to pull my feet a little further away from the wall to make it a touch more challenging, but it's the same motion. Full range, locking my arms out at the top. And another cycle. We were 3 minutes into it exactly. So we've got a nice 1 minute per cycle pace going, 1 cycle per minute pace. We're going to see if we can't get going a little bit faster here now that I'm getting comfortable with the movements. I'm getting warmed up. The flip side is I'm starting to get tired. That's all right. That's what it's for. 5 sit-ups. Now at level 1, your feet are anchored. I'm not anchoring them at this point, but you can tuck them under a couch, tuck them under a weight, have your buddy hold them. And to the push-ups. Nice full range of motion, locking out the arms each time. And that's 4 cycles down. Great job. Now you can imagine how your own intensity level can make this much more cardio. If you're really busting out cycles super fast, it becomes like you're jogging and doing exercises at the same time, or sprinting while you're doing these exercises. And in the future, that's where we're going. As you increase your intensity level, these workouts become even more effective for you. But that's in the future. Right now, we're just getting comfortable with the movement, making sure we're doing them properly, and learning how M20 works. So for now, whatever pace you're doing is the perfect pace for you. But if you have someone in your family that's saying, oh, that's too easy, really? Tell them to go faster. Tell them to get more cycles in. It's plenty difficult. It all depends on how you tackle it. So that's 5 minutes, or excuse me, 5 cycles, and now it is exactly 5 minutes into it. So great 1 per minute, 1 cycle per minute pace going here. You may be going a little faster, you may be going a little slower. Either way, you're doing a great job. We're just gonna keep going, knocking out cycles, trying to hit as many cycles as we can in this 10 minutes. And the push-ups. Full range of motion, making sure I'm locking my arms out at the top. Excellent. And another cycle. Picked up a little bit of time there. Let's see if we can't stay ahead of our 1 cycle per minute pace. Right into the squats. Body weight's on my heels. My chest is up. My back is straight. Making sure I'm getting full range of motion down until my thighs are parallel with the ground. And straight into the crunches. Just lifting the shoulder blades off the ground and lowering them back down slowly. 5 of those. I'm gonna hop up right into the push-ups. Full range of motion with the arms. Great job. Another cycle. Oh yeah, we're picking up time here. We've got 3 minutes and 22 seconds left. 7 cycles complete for me. Whatever number you're on, it's a fantastic number. Excellent job at home. 5 more squats. Really working on the form. 5 crunches. And 5 push-ups. You know, these are 3 pretty basic movements. Doing them properly is wonderful for the longevity and healthy body. And then you start doing them fast, and it really becomes a great workout. There's another cycle, gotta record that. This is a great one in a hotel room. You got 20 minutes, warm up, do this for 10 minutes, cool down. You've got a great workout on your hands. Five squats with my body weight on my heels, butt back, chest up. Oop. Started doing full sit-ups. We're just doing crunches. Sorry about that. And into the push-ups. All right, got 1 minute 48 seconds left. Let's see if we can get 2 more cycles in. Good form, my body weight's on my heels, I'm wiggling my toes, keeping my chest up, my back straight, using my arms to assist me on the way up and down actually. And then 5 crunches, getting the shoulder blades up and off the ground. Great job. Keep going at home. 5 push-ups. Excellent. So that's 10. We're gonna get 11. You know what? We're gonna get 11 and we're gonna start a 12th cycle, because if we do even 1 squat at 12, we're at 12. That's 5 squats. Or whatever number you're on. Full range of motion in the push-ups. All right, that's 11 down. We've got 26 seconds. I'm gonna get as many in as I can. But even doing 1 at the next number gives you that number of cycles. So congratulations, busting into whatever level you're making. And there are the squats, the crunches, and time is up. All right, so I get credit for that last cycle. I'm gonna score 12. So were this on the iPhone app, I would slide the bar out to 12 cycles, and that's how many I would have completed. And I'd have some bragging rights to tell my friends about. So I'm gonna remove that band. Go ahead and get a drink of water. Great job with this challenge. And now what we're gonna do is the cool down. So we always cool down as the 4th phase of any movement plan. Again, this is one you can do any way you like to do. I'll take you through one here, but if you have your own that works, stick with it. It's just important to make sure you let the body recover a little bit, take some deep breaths, stretch the muscles, especially those that were worked a little bit. And what that does is help you with the recovery, and it keeps you from cramping. A lot of great benefits to stretching. Not worth skipping the extra 3 or 4 minutes, because this will get you a lot more benefit from the exercise you just did. So we'll start with a hamstring stretch, even though we did that as part of the movement plan, just straight out in front. A little bit of a stretch there. Then we'll open our legs up to a 90-degree and twist your torso in one direction and go down on that leg as far as you can. Excellent. Back to center. We'll twist the torso the other direction. Go down in that direction towards your left leg in this case. Okay, now I'm going to take my left arm over my head and towards my right foot. And with my right arm, I'd like to grab my left knee for a little extra twisting motion. I am not very flexible, so this is a hard stretch for me. Excellent. And then my right arm comes over my head and towards my left foot. I can really feel this after the pull-ups especially, so this is a great one. Make sure you're getting a nice stretch there and that whole lat muscle up your side. Excellent. All right, pull one ankle over the other knee. We'll just give it a little ankle twist in one direction and the other. Make sure that's nice and flexible. Then I want you to hug that knee towards your chest. Give it a big hug, pull it in tight. If you can get the bottom of your foot into your elbow pit there and cradle your whole shin like that, your lower leg. Maybe even give a little twist. If you can't quite get there, just hug that knee towards your chest. And then we'll put the foot on the ground. It's still over your leg. My left elbow will go on the outside of my right knee and I'll twist away. Excellent. And we're going to do the whole thing now on the other side. So start with a little ankle rotation. One way and the other. Hug that knee to your chest, or if you can, hug the whole lower leg towards your chest. This feels great right down in the hip, the hamstring. And we'll put that foot over our knee and our right elbow this time against the left knee and twist away. Excellent job. All right. Go ahead and do a little Cobra stretch or upward dog. Did a lot of crunches there as part of that challenge. I like to twist a little bit to the left and to the right while I'm in this position. Then we're going to take it up into downward dog. I feel this a lot in my calves, my hamstrings, my lower back. Slowly walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend your knees, and we'll stand up. We're going to take one arm across our chest, and with our other arm, pull it towards you. And then repeat that on the other side. So in this case, my left arm goes across my chest, and I pull it towards me with my right arm. Interlock my fingers and raise them straight up over my head. Just stretch as tall as I can. Deep breath. Excellent job. One last stretch. So I'm going to take my left arm and put it behind my back until my hand's out here, and then I'm going to grab it with my right hand and pull. And then I'm going to lean my head away from that. Nice stretch up through the shoulder. All right, now with my right hand, I'm going to slide that behind my back and grab it with my left hand. Then lean my head away from that shoulder. All right, excellent job. This was the second of 6 intro classes that we have for M20, and these are always going to be available. You can come back and revisit them. But I want you to do all 6 if you're new to M20 or just kind of getting back into fitness and exercise after a long pause. The whole idea is to start slow, but make sure you're doing it right, and then we're going to build from there. So great job with the second class, and we'll look forward to seeing you at our third class, okay? Like we like to say at M20 Fitness, keep moving.